Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Today is the second video in my eyeshadow lookbook. If you are new to my channel, this is something new that I am doing. Basically, I'm creating a playlist of eyeshadow looks that I create using palettes that I have or recently purchased. And it is just an eyeshadow look. I don't go over the full face of my makeup. I will put everything that I use on my face in the description down below, but I'm basically just focusing on the eyeshadow palettes. If you haven't seen my last eyeshadow lookbook, I will link it down below, and you can also find these videos in my playlist eyeshadow lookbooks. Today we are playing with a new palette. This is a palette that I haven't even played with yet. It's something that I picked up at Ulta when I picked up a palette that I had already purchased. So the palette that we're gonna be playing with today is actually a new palette to myself and this channel, and I've never actually used this brand. It's called I Heart Revolution. I think it's a sister company, or at least the same company, but they did like another brand of it, of the Makeup Revolution. Please correct me if I'm wrong, I honestly have no idea. I just saw it in my Ulta and was very intrigued by their packaging and the colors. They have like a whole line of food-inspired eyeshadow palettes. And I was very intrigued by the popcorn palette, and I will show you why. So these are the colors in the popcorn palette, and I am just in love. It's got a lot of good neutral tones in it, but then it's also got your fun colors and your fun shimmeries. So I'm super excited to dig into this palette. With this look today, I definitely want to have like a pop of color. I kind of want to keep the eyeshadow look a little bit more neutral. We're just going to play with this palette. I'm super excited. I absolutely love the colors that are in here. Lots and lots of different looks and possibilities with this palette. By the way, I think the packaging is just adorable. Got kind of like almost like a silicone texture to it. It's not, this part's not plastic. This part is plastic, but this part is not. So we're just going to jump into the eye look. And we are also going to be playing around with a new eyeshadow primer today. I picked up the e.l.f. Putty eye primer in white. I also got this at Ulta. This I believe was $5. And I've seen a couple YouTubers use this primer. I'm not sure if they used the white one or if they used a different one, because they have a couple different color options, but I just wanted to stick to the white. They look just like the putty primers that you would use for your face. I actually have the matte putty primer for my face that I actually really like. So I'm excited to use this. I stick more to concealers when I prime my eyelids, so I haven't used an actual eyelid primer in forever. So we're gonna give this a shot and see what I think about it. So just like the face primers, you definitely need to warm it up a little bit, but it's definitely white. It's kind of got a tacky feel to it, which I actually do like for an eyeshadow primer. All right, so I've got my eyelids primed. Normally when I use concealer to prime my eyes, I would set it with a powder, but since we are actually using an eyelid primer, I am not going to do that. I am just going to set it with a color in this palette. I'm just taking a Wet n Wild flat brush. I'm going to be taking this shade called Box Office, and this is what I'm going to use to set the primer. The shade Box Office has a little bit of a tint to it, but for the most part, I feel like it is a good base for any eyeshadow look, especially if you do like to put a color on top of primer. I think that is a very good color to use. Next, I'm going to dip into the shade called Sweet and Salt, and this is what I'm going to focus in my crease. And I'm just taking a Morphe R37 brush. So this color is a very soft purple. It's not too purple, and hopefully you can see it. It's not super pigmented, but it's definitely buildable. Like, I'm able to build it up. It's actually a very pretty subtle color. Next, I'm going to be taking a Wet n Wild crease brush, and I'm going to be taking the shade Caramel Corn, and I'm going to be focusing this in my crease as well, and the outer corner. Next, I'm going to be taking a Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to be taking this shade called Kernel and focusing this on my outer corner. I'm going to go back in with that Morphe R37 brush. I'm going to take the shade called Corn, and I'm going to just put this in my crease a little bit to blend everything together. I'm going to go into Snack Cart, and this is the shade that I'm going to put all over my lid. I'm just going to be using my finger for this. It's got good pigment, so I'm excited to, oh yeah. Shows up very nicely on the lid just by applying it with my finger. Okay, so that's it for the eyelids. I feel like that shimmery shade is got some fallout, like I've got some glitter like running down my face. But as far as the colors that I used, I feel like it pulled more purple, mauve-y, violet compared to what the shades look like in the palette. I actually really do like the palette, the colors that I used so far. I am gonna go back in once I finish the rest of my face and do the bottom lash line with a little bit of a pop of color. So I'm excited to do that. So I'm going to jump into the rest of my face real quick and then we will be back. All right, so I'm back with a full face of makeup on. Like I said, I will leave the products that I used for the rest of my face in the description just so that you know and if you were curious. But we are going to jump into the bottom lash line and I'm a little nervous. I hope that like the color that I'm going to use actually looks good with this look. I just wanted some pop of color and I didn't realize that the eyeshadow that I was using was gonna look more like pink and purple. So we're just gonna do it. We're gonna go for it. I'm taking this turquoise color called Theater and I'm putting this on my bottom lash line. And because it's such a bright color, like look at that, that was bright. I probably will put some mascara on my bottom lash line, which is something I never do. So we'll just see how this goes. Okay, it is like not showing up, like at all. Maybe I need to put more. It's a really pretty shade. It's just, you know, taking its dang sweet time with showing up. So it's not as bright as I was hoping it would be, but it is still a really pretty color. I'm just gonna put the tiniest bit of mascara on my bottom lashes. I normally don't put mascara on my lashes just because my bottom lashes are really long and it's just not my favorite look. So this is the eyeshadow look that I came up with using the I Heart Revolution Sweet and Salty eyeshadow palette. It's really pretty. I actually really do like the colors that I used. It definitely looked, the colors that I was choosing definitely looked more brown than they did purple until they hit my lid. But I really do like the look. The only thing that I necessarily don't like was the shimmery color and the fallout of it. But all together, I really do like the look of it. And even that bright color I think is just super fun. And you gotta have some color in your life. So I really wanted to do something with a pop of color. And the next eyeshadow makeup look that I do, I will be using a lot of color in that one. So I'm excited for that. But I really wanted to play around with this new palette that I got and I actually really like it. So if you like these kind of videos that just focus on the eyeshadows, give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. I try to get 2 videos up at least a week. I'm trying to grow my channel. I will leave my Instagram down below if you want to follow me there. And if you follow me there, you'll know when I upload because I post about every video that I upload. If you have any video recommendations, please list them down below. I would love to know what you guys want to see on my channel. These eyeshadow videos will be short and simple and to the point. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Bye. You want to say bye? Say bye. Bye. No, in the camera. Look in the camera. Look in the camera. Bye. He's looking in my mirror. Bye. He's still in his PJs. It's okay. Hi. Hi. Say bye-bye. Can you blow a kiss? Bye. Blow kiss. Blow kiss. Mama. Good job.